All right, guys, welcome back to the Frugal Homestead, and it's an awfully cold and snowy day. We do have some wind going, and we're going to go inside and do an update on the kiln because we made some changes, and we're going to do results this video to show you what happened with the cherry. Now, before we go in here, the wood burner is probably running, so bear with me. You'll have to listen to me above that sound. But let's go inside and take a look. All right, so we have made some improvements here. And the first improvement I want to show you is we put a new rack in. So between this rack and our original 2 racks that we built, this will do over 1/3 of a cord now. Now I am working on a little bit of utilization of the high spots, and then I do have this area. I'm thinking about doing a big old metal shelf here that can be removed. That way we can service the back of the wood burning furnace. Kind of got it burned down some today. Now, since I've just loaded this in, we're at 36% moisture, 75 degrees, but the door is open, so it's losing temperature fast. We are testing out some stuff up high to dry. This is red maple, soft maple. We also are testing out some hickory. So the plan currently is these are all ready, we're pretty sure. Now, for those of you who don't know, this stuff has to go in and acclimate for anywhere from 4 to 12 hours, depending upon the size of the piece. Like that would be a 4-hour piece. That would probably be a 6 or 8 hours. Because while the outside all the way around this will read 0, cracking it open, the inside will be higher. But that inside number will lower as it spreads throughout the piece by acclimating to cooler temperatures. Alright, so there's something very important I want you guys to understand about this, because I let this run for 10 days behind me. Now, I could have probably forced this to get done sooner. A lot of this wood probably could be split to one consistent size and get it done in like 5 to 7 days. Now, while I'm not against improving the system, my most important part is that this stuff be extremely dry. I want my customers to have the best experience possible because that's what keeps them coming back. I'm not trying to do the fly-by-night selling. I'm trying to build a customer base. Now, while I can't sell this truly as kiln dried because you have to take it up to 150 degrees for so many hours, I will explain to them that it's been run through the kiln process. But when you hear this stuff clink and clatter, I mean, it sounds like bowling pins. You know it's seasoned. Now, we have pulled a piece out and tested it, and after acclimating it was amazing. But I'm gonna do a few right here on camera. Obviously the pieces will go inside the house, let them chill out for a few hours, come to a level temperature inside and out, and then we'll crack them open outside on the kindling cracker and test them. But right off the bat, I think I want to explain to you why you can't just test them. So, double zeros. Double zeros. Let's see if I can get this to show. The reality is they're all 0. So you don't know what it is on the inside until you crack it open. Now my guess is these are extremely freaking dry on the inside. I mean, look at the cracks. I don't know if you guys can see that. But the ends are all cracked open. That's usually a good sign. Now, we are going to empty this racks today because I know they're done. And I'll put them in the garage because I do not want them to reabsorb moisture from rain or snow. But with that said, we're going to refill this side with hickory. And we're going to run it and see. Now this is smaller split hickory. It's a mix of shag bark and pig nut. we're going to let this cherry over here finish drying, and then it will go with this and some more we have in the garage to make a nice heavy duty 1/3 of a cord to be sold. But in reality, even just the way I have it set up now, if every 10 days I can run a 1/3 of a cord, that means I can do a cord a month. Now, I'm doing cherry and hickory, which is like 110, 120, a 1/3 of a cord. So we're talking, let's say, just for round numbers, $350 a month, $360 a month, somewhere in there, whether it's cherry or whether it's my hickory oak mix. That's pretty good, I think. I do believe that there's opportunity here. Now, the extra space I'm working on, that's going to be for bundle wood, because bundles have started selling again randomly. I don't know why. So I want to start building up a large supply of bundle wood. And it's much easier to split it and throw it in here rather than break down 1/3 of a cords that I have to sell outside that are already done. It makes it so I don't cut into my wood supply that I have now that I'm selling, but I can create new wood supply. That's the hardest thing to do in winter. Everyone who sells firewood knows that. But let's pick out some pieces now. So I think, let's go with this guy right in the middle here. I think that's a pretty good option. I don't know if you guys can see the cracks in that. So, got some nice graying to it. How about this guy? Got some more size to him. A little bit bigger. It's got a few cracks in it, but it's got some weight to it. So that's a good option, I would think. And then, how about this chunky boy? So we'll take these 3 inside and we will let them acclimate for about, I don't know, 4 to 8 hours. And then we'll go crack them open and see what we get. But the big thing is this. I mean, these are bone dry. So we'll get them cracked open and bring you back. All right, guys, so it's been about 3 hours. It's starting to get dark now. I wanted to get this filmed, so we're just going to go ahead with it. So we got our 3 pieces. Let's start off with this one. Let's see. What's the best way to split this? Probably like that. Ooh, hit a knot. Figures. All right. Ooh, listen to that. So, 17. You guys see that? Right in the middle of the knot where it's going to be the highest. Now, when you go down to the ends now, it's equalized out and sent some of the moisture out. We're at 11 on the end now. So that piece is 100% ready to burn. So let's go to the next one. All right, a little bit bigger, huge cracks on the end. Well, that wasn't good. Hit the cap. So pull our piece, and we are getting 19. You see that? So let's go to a different part. 16. Now that it's equalized, let's check the end. I still can't get anything on the end. That's how dry it is. So that one had just a tad bit of case hardening, which is when the outside gets dry so fast, the inside doesn't want to dry as much. Still completely within parameters to be sold. Now for the big boy. Not a whole lot of cracking in this one, guys. This one might not be exactly ready. We'll see. Okay. That one did not want to split. Okay. Once again, 18. Let's try it at a different spot. 14 on the ends. Now the very end. Come on. 00. Let's try the other end. Can't get nothing there either. 00s. So all this is ready to burn. You can hear it when we drop it. All this is like bowling pins ready to burn. Completely good for customers. Now let's go check out the inside of the kiln now that we refilled it. All right, so as you can see, we've got an oak hickory mix filled in on both sides, and the humidity has already jumped to 40% and it's holding the temperature at 77. So as that humidity goes down, the temperature will rise. I will open the door every hour or two, let some of that humidity out, but the cold air inlet that brings cold air in and then it goes out the pipe and makes a big circle like the chimney pipe, that will remove a lot of the humidity for us, but it also does cool the stove some, so that's an important thing to remember. But this oak hickory mix, all of it was over level, which means everything in here was over 60% moisture. So it's soaking wet, guys. I mean, absolutely soaking. And then up here on top of the pipe, this is all bundle wood. This is all soft maple, and we're just putting it in here to get started and get it done. We got a few pieces back there, and then obviously some more cherry here, and this cherry that we're waiting for to dry to finish off that third of a cord. I think it's going to really start cooking fast. It's already starting to check. I mean, you can see those checks. It's already starting to open up and release the moisture. So I don't think it'll be long and that'll be ready. But we'll run it for 10 days just to be sure. Now, the big question is, will 10 days be enough to take soaking wet hickory and oak of these size pieces to dry? We will definitely have to do a lot of testing to make sure when this is done. All right, so we were able to show you how you can kiln dry your own wood. You may not have the same setup as us here, but I want to show you it is doable. Now, we are heating our house with this furnace, and now it's kiln drying wood, so it's serving double duty. While we took an inefficiency and made it into a plus. It's not made efficient, but it's made to where we get something out of it to make up for the shortfall. And I think it'll work really well for this year and years to come. I'm going to build a full-blown outdoor firewood kiln, actually 2 of them this summer. One's going to be a solar kiln, and one's going to be a full-on wood-burning kiln. And it will cook a cord at a time. I don't need to be doing more than that at a time, because you'll be able to flip them about every 7 days. So I think that that is plenty to do on a small scale, because we already have the stuff to do it. That's the whole point. I don't need to get big industrial sized. I'm not trying to move that kind of weight. But with that said, you definitely want to make sure you go down, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you see all of our upcoming videos. Make sure you leave us a like, leave us a comment. What do you think of this? Have you ever tried to kiln dry any wood? We'd love to hear from you. You definitely want to be subscribed so you can see all these upcoming videos, because this wood is flipping fast, and you're definitely going to want to see if we make it in 10 days to get this oak and hickory mix dried out. So I will see you in the next one. Okay, I'm ready for a cup of coffee. It's cold and wet.